All right, let's get started. I guess we'll just walk around from side to side. In my front left dashboard, what do I have here? Everybody loves a Crown Royal bag. I'm going to put links in the descriptions to this whole video so you guys can all see. But I have two sets, and I interchange them. I have a set of daytime riding glasses, and I have these clear nighttime glasses. It's a lot easier to ride that way. So I put these right here in case I need to pull over real quick and make a run of things. Down in this cubby hole here, in the lower, this is just an empty bag. I normally put snacks and things like that when I'm going on long road trips. For in this compartment, let's see if I can get you guys to see in here. Recently upgraded from the standard oil filter. When I did my own 1,000-mile service, I bought this Figurati anodized red oil filter. They are awesome. Once I hit 5,000 miles on this bike, I'm going to do a video on a 3-hole oil change and how to clean this. I do apologize, the bike's a bit dirty. I've been riding it, but I usually try to keep it pretty clean. This does have the Stage 3 Rockford Fosgate Harley audio upgrade for the fronts, the rear passenger speakers, and the bag lid speakers. Typically, when the bike is leaned over on its side, this side is harder to access on the bike, so I put a lot of my rain gear in here. This is a Harley brand bike cover for most of the time, and underneath it I just have a pair of Amazon rain pants and rain booties for my boots in case it gets really wet. About a month ago I rode this from here in New Jersey out to Ontario, Toronto, and Montreal. I got home and you'll notice we're standing proud of the ground because I put in a wheel dock easy up stand. Incredibly happy with that. When I do the oil change, I might take it off and put it back on to film. I mean, it slides into the frame. It's one bolt and super easy to use. It's, you know, if you're a 200-pound person, lifting this thing up is absolutely simple. Just roll forward and go. It's, a lot of people are doing air ride and all kinds of custom suspensions, and I find that causes a lot more problems than anything. So for me, I prefer the manual method. Plus, the wife can hop on, roll forward, and we go. So what's in this side? Being that this is a limited, Harley gives you 2 sets of these duffel bags, these suitcase bags that come out. I don't have one on the other side because I really only keep the rain gear in there. However, I do keep this one in this side. I'm going to take this bag in the house and videotape what's in here. This basically is all of my toolkits. This bag stays in here all the time. It's my first aid kit, my tool kit, my air pump, tire patch repair, and I'll bring this all out, put it on the table, and break it down for you guys. Moving forward, let's see, we have the Zero Zero Big Mouth. I'll put a link in the description to the product, but I'm real happy with it. It stays sturdy. I put my coffee, like Yeti travel mugs in there all the time, and I have no issues with it.
Thank you for air conditioning my apartment.
Moving on to the lower dashboard. Down here, I have a microfiber towel. These are from Harbor Freight. Great deals. I'll link to those. Super cheap. They work very well. They're seamless. I don't know if I can show that on camera, but easy to clean. Very cheap if you want to just throw them out, but I usually throw these through the wash. There are 2 in here for a reason. So I use Meguiar's waterless wash with the ceramic hybrid. But those bottles are big, right? They're like 16, 18 ounce bottles. What I do is I bought these glass fragrance spray bottles on Amazon for $5, something along that line. and just transfer some of the liquids in there. So when I'm out traveling, if I want to give my bike a quick wash down without, you know, scratching it with pollen, I'll spray it down, use the first rag, and, you know, then use the second rag to polish it back up afterwards. Then this brings me to the inside. Let's see if I can get a good view of it. What's inside of there is the Maedhawk. Let's see if I can get this out. There we go. This is, and I apologize, it's taped. This is the Maedhawk microphone bypass. This connects to your Bluetooth on your Harley. You do not connect your phone. I am an Android guy. I will do a short on how to do a startup for the bike. There is what I've found over the last 3,500 miles to be, get in there, to be the best method for turning the bike on time-wise and having the most success with Android Auto popping up. I'll do a short on that next. I put some double-sided Velcro or hook and loop, whatever you want to call it, in there. This way I can pull it out, and it still gives me a little room, but I don't really put anything else in there. I never liked the look of the old man windscreen that Harley gave you. So this is a Clockworks 12-inch Pro Touring. I tried all the other ones, and around town the sport windshields looked great, but they really don't block that kind of wind. I am 5'9". This is a Harley Limited stock seat. It is the heated front and heated rear seat. Please add comments if you want to know what one I can find out, and I can reply in the comments to exactly what seat that is that they gave me, but that came from the factory. Something else I want to note, this is made, actually, believe it or not, this has made a really good difference on the bike. This diverter vent here from the factory has a little piece of plastic inside, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's a much bigger lip when you first buy this bike. This is on the limiteds and the standards, and I took a Dremel tool with a small grinding wheel and I just grounded that little bit out. This whole piece just pops out. It comes out real easy. You can use a plastic pry tool. I just use my fingernails. There's been no scratches, no damages to the plastic or anything. It just pulls out, pops out. You grind inside this tiny little lip that's inside of there, and that allows this to go much further up, which gives you a sharper angle upwards, and I find that helps with the buffeting as well. Plus, any bugs or anything that come in are going to hit that now at a greater angle, and they're not going to hit you in the face, so I thought that was really helpful. Welcome back. So here's that bag I was talking about. When you buy the limited, you get two of these. Kind of stiff, they're not the greatest, and quite frankly, with the speakers, they get in the way for a lot of things. I guess you could use them for travel and things like that, but I don't really need it. I have the Ben Laurie trunk lid organizer. I can put a link in that. It just kind of snaps up into the lid. You double-sided tape, and I put a lot of my day-to-day things, insurance, registration, the helmets go in the lid, obviously. But I wanted to mostly talk here is about what I bring on trips. So let's open the bag up and we'll go through each of the items one at a time. For starters, first aid kit, really important. Now I have IFAKs for everyone's car in the house, for my backpacking gear, for my camping gear, and I got one for my motorcycle trips. It's a good idea to open up and go through your first aid kits and get familiarized with what you have inside. I added some things for longer trips. Amazon, anywhere you can buy like the individual packets. I added some aspirin, I added some Benadryl, I added some Advil, Imodium for long trips, earplugs just in case, and the basic first aid kit stuff. This is on Amazon. It's quite cheap. If you have an HSA account, you don't even feel the pinch because it's covered by your HSA account. Okay, I have backup gloves. These are, pay the Harley tax on these. These are Harley winter gloves. D30s, I believe they are. I have an extra set of just mechanics urethane rubber gloves for working so my hands stay clean. I have an Israeli tourniquet, an Israeli bandage, sorry. These come vacuum sealed. It's actually vacuum sealed inside of here as well. I just like to keep it double protected, but these are good if you have any really bad wounds that are bleeding quite a bit. Good to have as an emergency. I have the YESPER. This is the model. Oh, it's an Armor Mini, so it's 1200 milliamp hours. This comes in a whole kit with plug and play, so if for whatever reason your battery does die, you have a way now to jump start, and basically this plugs into the jump starter. Don't attach to the starter motor, obviously. Remove your seat, positive, negative battery terminals, and this will allow you to get back on the road if you have a dead battery. Important to have. I keep my Harley manual in here. I have a bit of OCD, so the important pages I copied, I printed, and I laminated them. So just I have the pages with fluid levels, how much lubricant goes in each space, what the tire pressure is, engine oil fill amounts, where the drain plugs are, torque settings for those areas, transmission lubricant, and the page on reminding me of the multiple ways Harley wants you to check the oil level in the engine, which is ridiculous, but that is what it is. Let's move this out of the way. What's next? This is a couple of things, and I'll put links in the description for all these parts. I had this little bag lying around. You can find your own kind of organizers, but this will start with the Fanttik motorcycle battery charged pump. One thing I learned that I wasn't sure of, I kept trying to turn this on, and when it's plugged in, you can press and hold the power button and nothing will happen, but as soon as you remove it, you'll notice that the lights come on and it will tell you what kind of a fill your battery is. I'll put the model number. I did a thing for another project for a foam cannon that I made. I took a pump sprayer bottle and a car rubber nozzle, like an air fill valve for a car tire, and I drilled a hole. I put that in, and I put hook and loop on both this and that, so I don't have to pump the bottle anymore. When I want a foam cannon, I want to wash the bike, and I don't want to pull out the power washer and all the stuff. I have a gallon container, hook this on, set it to 40 psi, and just go without pumping. But this works very well on the motorcycle. It'll probably fill my front and rear tires 10 or 15 times before the battery goes, so I keep this charged for trips. Very handy. Okay, the next thing, this all came as kind of a kit. This, oh sorry, this is the X10, the Fanttik X10 pump. And the rest of this in this bag is a kit that I got on Amazon as well. Do I have the instructions for you? It is the AUTOWN, AUTOWN tire repair kit. And it comes with, I don't know if we can see this, but it comes with set of pliers, needle nose pliers. Comes with 2 T-handles for your reaming tool for drilling the hole. Pliers, obviously, if you want to pull the nail out. Gives you instructions in here as well. Some lubricant for reaming and preparing your patch strips. It comes with some a tire valve tool, valve stem tool with extra valve stems, but I won't be needing them. This basketball needle came with the Fanttik pump, and of course the needle to run in the rubber patches for a hole in your tire. And it comes with 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 here, 10, 15, 20. Now I probably don't have to put all these in here, but I like keeping the kits together because if I just take one and put the rest somewhere, this is going in the garbage. It's never going to be found again. And I mean, you understand the concept, right? You put this in here. It comes with an Allen wrench. Tighten it up. You ream the hole through with some of the lubricant, and then you put the tool in with one of these that you feed through the needle. Put it in, you turn, you pull up, and you cut, and then that repairs your tire. So that is this whole assembly kit. And it just so happened to fit in an old bag I had in one of my old trucks somewhere that was, you know, whatever. Then, that's everything in the bag. Then, this is a bunch of different things. I got this bag on Amazon. I want to say Fat Bagger's channel or somebody recommended it. Somebody from YouTube recommended this bag. I thought it was pretty neat. It's compact. It's got Molle on it, and you can put it on other things, but I don't really use any of that. But it does hold a lot. I mean, it's probably 6 or 7 pounds of stuff in here, and a lot of this stuff, I'm trying to do this in a way that it's affordable for everybody, and you're not spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars and buying a roll kit that's, you know, fancy and $250, which is unnecessary. So what you're going to find in here is a lot of tools I had laying around. Most of you probably have a beat up old ratchet wrench, and instead of carrying, I do this a lot with a lot of things, instead of bringing rolls of electrical tape, you can always need electrical tape, right? So I wrap the electrical tape around things, multi-purpose, and I need to do a little bit further on here, but A, it protects your bike from scratches if you ding into things, but B, now you have all your electrical tape, right? And it's compact, it doesn't take up space. So I have a ratchet, I have a multi-headed screwdriver, you know, an eight-way kind of deal in here. It's back. I have my box wrenches, so the various sizes, 7/16, 3/8. I have a ratcheting, articulating 10 millimeter. These are pretty handy, and they, you know, they like their 10 millimeters, so it's good to have that around. A couple of 1/2 inches, combination wrench. I have a 7-in-1 Torx Allen deal here. Probably have too many things, but you know, when you need something, you need it, right? Flashlight. This is a cheapy, you know, jarred light. Buy whatever brand it is that you want, but a couple bucks. It just needs to light space. If you're in the dark and work, you don't need to go buy a stream light or something and spend tons of money. I always bring cordage with me. This is paracord. You can look on YouTube. These braids that you do are really cool. You can hang it wherever, but basically when you pull this one piece out, you can just pull the whole rope apart. It's a knot that just completely unties into a string, and you can use this to tie things up. Very helpful, and YouTube has hundreds of channels on how to make these. It takes no time at all. You're just making a loop and putting a loop through a loop over and over and over again, and then you're done. inside of here. You're going to make fun of me. I like Ziploc bags, you know, since I can't have a toolbox with foam cutouts and fanciness and spaces for everything. I don't like stuff just rolling all over the place, so I Ziploc bag a lot of things. In this Ziploc bag, I have the various sizes of Allen wrenches that Harley-Davidson bikes like. You can look those up anywhere, but you'll know what I mean. I have a bag of zip ties because you can never have too many zip ties for God knows what, but they come in handy when you need them. And here I have a bunch of bits for that 8-in-1 screwdriver that have Torx attachments. They have Allen head attachments, some small sizes, you know, standard slotted, a Phillips, etc. And here, kind of the same thing. These are socket heads, but they're in the sizes that Harley likes. There's an adapter piece, there's smaller ones, but again, I didn't pay any money for these because I had extras. I mean, if you look around, I mean, you know, these are kind of rusty and ugly and all that kind of stuff. If you want to go fancy and get expensive stuff, go ahead. But if you have an extra set that's just filling up a drawer, why not build the tool kit and just leave it in the bike, and then you always, you know, whenever you go out, even if it's to the grocery store, you're covered. But 7/16, this is 1/4 inch, an adapter. This one is 5/16. We have a, I want to say this is a 9/16, sorry, 10mm. That is 8mm. I also saw, by the way, if you take like a yellow magic marker or yellow paint and you paint on the cutouts of where it says what size it is and wipe it with a cloth, you end up having a much easier to read socket. I was going to do that, but I didn't. This is a 9/32, and I needed that for something I can't remember. Another 1/2 inch, and then this is my, I believe this is a T27 because Harley uses them a lot, but where are we? Yeah, this is a, how if I have it upside down, this is a T27. So all of these go in here. They're all sizes that the bike likes to have. On the other side of this, I have this wonky tool that Harley gives you. You can use it as a T driver, and it's ratcheting, and it came with the toolkit with the bike. I just thought it was kind of interesting. It doesn't take up much space in here, so I use it, and sometimes maybe I'll use that. I have the spanner wrench that comes with the bike. Again, more electrical tape for whatever you might need it for. The spanner is for the shock adjustments on the back. Shorter extension piece, more electrical tape, and articulating piece. And this is, I had that adapter in there because this is 1/2 inch drive and they're 1/4 inch, and so this way, you know, I can make it work with things I have instead of having to buy. A very small adjustable wrench I had somewhere, and I've never really used this for anything, and I'm like, maybe it'll work in the bike, so I put it in there. 2 cheap plastic razor knives. Get them anywhere. Harbor Freight for pennies. Sharpie marker. A small set of vice grips, needle nose vice grips. Bear with me. And one thing I like about this bag is it's not the biggest bag in the world, but it has a lot of, you know, elastic pieces to hold things in place in various different ways, however you want. This is, speaking of painting, you can kind of see on here, I couldn't even read this before, so I put a little bit of, what was it, white white paint, like from a marker pen, and smeared it off. So I know this is a 3/8, but until you upgrade the transmission fill cover, this is the size. This 3/8 Allen is how you get to fill up the transmission fluid reservoir. So very good to have. Learned that lesson the hard way. I have a pen in here, USB-A to USB-C charging cable for God knows what. Not exactly sure why I have Teflon tape in here, but you may need it for something if you have a gas line that goes and you thread something. This is the thicker, it's not just regular Teflon tape. This is the gray variety, and it comes out a little bit thicker than that white stuff does. I don't know, you're not going to be able to see this on camera, but this is, again, like emergency repairs. You know what I mean? If you need to get somewhere, you need to go somewhere, you got it. I bought these on Amazon, 2 kits, SAE and metric. They were cheap. They come with the kit that I bought came with Torx, standard SAE, metric, and the Allens, but I only basically I have these tools in another toolbox for my regular needs, so I removed all the pieces that I don't, and I kept the sizes that I know on the bike I'd need. Let's see, 1/8 inch, 5/32, 3/16, 1/4 inch, and something I'll note is they're really not easy to come off. In fact, I broke one of these trying to pull it off. 5/16, and then the 3/8 again. So, you know, nice to have. They don't take up a lot of space. Fit in this bag perfectly. All this stuff fits in there, and it fits in here, and it fits in my right saddle bag without any problems. As far as the Torx, and I did look these up, you do use these all on parts of the bike. So I have a T15, T20, the T25, T27, I believe the next one's a T40. Yeah, T40. And then these are the Allen sizes, which are or hex sizes, I should say. This is an S4. This bigger one is a S5. Looks like this is an S6. So 4, 5, and 6 in hex keys. But I haven't used all these on this bike yet, but I did look it up, and these are the most common parts that you're gonna have to fit. And then, you know, I have another, well, who knows if you break one, I have another set of pliers, needle nose pliers, but I have tons of these lying around, so I threw it in there. And a adjustable, like a small, not channel lock, but you know what these are, the channel lock kind of things. And that is everything in my toolkit. Now, I don't expect to, you know, rebuild my engine or put a camshaft in with this stuff, but if I break down on the side of the road and I have to make something work, I think that this is a pretty comprehensive array of tools in order for me to fix the bike enough to get where I'm going, and get to a place where somebody can do the full repair for me. I hope you liked the video. Thanks for sticking around. I know I talk a lot, but I want to thank you all. I really appreciate you coming here. I plan on doing a lot of things like this, and you'll see I'm learning, I'm growing, trying to get better at putting content out there that helps people, that doesn't cost a lot of money. Some things may, some things may not. When I'm going to incorporate some product reviews as I start going on longer rides. I'm eventually going to get, you know, an Insta360 camera or something along those lines, and I'll have some pretty visually pretty videos for you to see up in New Hampshire. And we do rides, like I said, I recently did a ride from New Jersey to Ontario, to Toronto, to Montreal and home. New Hampshire. We're going to be doing North Carolina. I may end up going down to see my dad on the bike in San Antonio. Down to Georgia. You know, at some point in time, I'm trying to gear myself up and callus my rear end to a point where I can do 8,000 or 9,000 miles and do a ring around the United States and document the entire thing. I also do a lot of camping, so these two hobbies kind of they play into each other. Backpacking gear and airtight water bags and lightweight tents and all those kind of things. So more than likely when I do cross-country trips on the motorcycle, I will be staying at campgrounds or staying at harvest hosts places with a tent and, you know, a lot of my backpacking gear with my camp stove and those kind of things, which I already have, so we'll incorporate it into the process. Anyway, I hope you liked the video. Thanks for sticking around. Please like and subscribe, and you know, feel free to comment. Let me know what you don't like. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you think should change. If you have ideas of things to add, suggestions for things to do, I'd love to hear it. Have a great day. Take care. Don't forget, enjoy the middle miles. Everybody's in such a hurry to get where they're going. We're there already. Have fun. Enjoy life.